Hey babes, it's Sharonda Isadora and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, and for my first video for 2019 I will be talking about the movie Deadly Sexy, which is now streaming on Amazon. This is not a part of Prime. You actually have to either rent the movie or buy it. Deadly Sexy is a book that is, the movie is actually based on a book written by Beverly Jenkins. So I'm going to get into this description, tell you a little bit about the description and stuff like that, the actors and stuff, and then I will get to my thoughts on this movie. So here we go. Broken down on a California freeway, Jessie Teresa Blake is no damsel in distress. Rich, smart, and beautiful, JT, or Lady Blake as she is called, is one of the toughest sports agents around. Reese Anthony, a sexy trucker, comes to her rescue only to find their lives are intertwined. An ex-employer is out to destroy her, and it becomes Reese's job to take him down before he blows JT away. So that is your description. This movie is 2 hours and 34 minutes. It is directed by Iris Bolin. Your actors are Stephanie Timothy, who plays JT, Travis Cure or Cure. I want to say Cure, but it's spelled like Cure, C-U-R-E. He plays Reese, and Tremaine Norris, he plays like the arch nemesis, or JT's ex-employee. His name is what was his name? Bobby. Okay. So that is the description of your movie. And as I said, this is currently streaming on Amazon, but it is not available on Prime. Like I said, you either have to rent it or buy it. Okay, so for the most part, I liked the movie. It was okay. There were some plot holes, some predictability throughout the movie. Side note, I did not read the book, so I don't know how closely the book ties to this movie. So what we have here is JT and Reese, meeting, hooking up, and having this relationship. JT is this really famous sports agent, as the description says. The only difference with Reese's character from the description is we kind of found out that he's more than a truck driver. It was never described how he became a truck driver, or, like, was it part-time or whatever, just something that he liked to do. I don't know. But we do kind of find out that Reese is like this ex-detective. He's also like this very rich dude, and he works for like the sports commissioner office, and he's actually an investigator. So we have like this murder plot going on in the movie as well, and that's how kind of like Reese and JT kind of like get tangled up in all of that, because JT's ex-partner, who is now her rival, we kind of found out that he's like involved in like all these shady dealings, like drug dealing. He's actually involved in like this murder mystery that goes on in the movie, and all of that kind of like gets like tied up with JT and Reese's romance. So really my main issue with the movie itself, it was too long, in my opinion. I feel like maybe this should not have been a 2 hour and 34-minute movie. Maybe had cut it down to maybe like an hour and a half. because it was so long, it was a lot of dragging, a lot of slow pacing throughout the movie. Um, and I just feel like this dragging and the slow pacing of the movie itself, God, it was so much of that going on because I feel like everything with this plot got kind of like convoluted within the story itself. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have like this meetup between JT and Reese, and then you have like this building and budding romance. Then you have this murder mystery going on. Then you have this sabotaging of JT from the ex-partner Bobby. Then you have like this side story of this murder mystery and this drug dealing and all these extra things going on inside of the story. So I just feel like it was just too much going on within the story itself. So it caused for a lot of like just, it just made the movie too long, in my opinion. Like I said, I just feel like if we would have just cut this down to like an hour and a half, maybe I would have felt better about the movie. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more. I got very bored by like the end of the movie. There were a lot of plot holes throughout the movie. I won't say too much about the acting. You know, I'm guessing like these are all like new actors. I have not seen them before, so I won't say too much about the acting. That sometimes the acting was good, sometimes it was a little bit off, and in my opinion, that's for everybody's role. I feel like some of the characters didn't fit the role, mainly the person that played Bobby's son. Like there was one point in the movie where it was mentioned he was a teenager, and I was like, teenager where? Like that looked like a whole grown ass man. So I was just like, we couldn't find a teenager to fit that role. You know what I mean? So yeah. The scenery throughout the movie, some of it was good, some of it was you know, questionable, but you know, I don't know the budget for this, you know. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. But mainly I just feel like it was just the movie was just too long. The pacing was slow. I Like I said, for the most part, I liked the movie. I'm happy that I rented it, did not buy it. I'm happy that Miss Beverly was able to get this movie out in the world the way she, you know, the way she wanted to on her terms, whatever. But I liked it for the most part. I would, like I said, I wish it would have been cut down. Like I said, because this movie was so long, it made for a lot of plot holes and a lot of dragging, a lot of unnecessary scenes, a lot of unexplained scenes, especially like what happened to Carol. Like we have this thing that goes on at JT's office. Carol gets hurt, and we don't hear anything else about Carol at the end of the movie. And I feel like that kind of got like, again, lost because we're trying to find out what, you know, what was going to happen to Bobby, and you know, how was he going to be handled. And you know, I just feel like Carol got lost in, you know, everything else that was going on around the issue that was going on at that time. So again, a lot of convolution. Like I said, I'm glad I rented it and didn't buy it, because I really did, you know, I was really thinking about buying it, but I'm glad that I didn't. It's worth a rent, not a buy. And that's just my honest opinion about it. Yeah, likable movie. I feel like it won't be a movie that I'll remember, you know. There were some, you know, there were some hilarious scenes throughout the movie, especially with what's his name, Reese's brother, the dude that played Reese's brother. He made, I guess, for like the comic relief in the movie. Um, I like the scene where, like, because Reese's the mother died when they were young, so the father ended up raising like these three boys into these very, very successful black men. So there was like this one scene in the movie, like we had like this I just thought it was very profound to see, like, this man sitting around the table with his three grown sons, three grown successful sons, like, just talking about life and ribbing each other and, just, going in at each other and stuff like that. I just thought that was a very riveting scene, and we don't see it a lot. So I thought that was really, really great. So there were some, you know, cute, funny, memorable moments throughout the movie, but the movie as a whole, I don't think we'll be talking about this movie, uh, once it's out there. I mean, let me take that back. I don't think it'll be a very memorable movie. That's just my opinion. For me, I see it. I'm glad I rented it. I won't watch it again. But those are just my things. Just my opinion on the movie itself. Just mainly, it shouldn't have been too long. It just made for a whole lot of plot holes and a whole lot of convolution. And that's all I have. So until the next one, guys. Later days. Bye.